The transport shuttle glided through the atmosphere of the interplanetary research hub, its silver hull reflecting soft rays from the nearby star. Inside it sat a human named Leo, a calm and thoughtful technician who had come to the station only to find reliable work. He had left his home world in search of a quiet chapter in life. Nothing dramatic, nothing wild. He wanted stable pay, some peace, and a simple assistant to help with the laboratory logistics that often piled up. He had no idea at the moment he stepped off the shuttle. His plans would take a direction he could never have predicted. The station was massive, built by multiple species who worked together in shared pursuit of knowledge. Its halls were filled with languages, lights, machines, and life forms of every shape. Leo found himself walking slowly, absorbing everything around him. The environment felt both overwhelming and fascinating. Humans were still relatively new in deeper space, and seeing so many other species working with such coordination gave him pride. It showed that humanity had something valuable to offer. It was a place where a human could prove that they were more than newcomers on this galactic stage. Leo followed the glowing guide panels toward the registration center where new staff checked in. The center was a large circular chamber lit by warm lights and shaped to accommodate beings of different heights and builds. Several stations were operated by robotic attendants who processed incoming personnel. After a few minutes of waiting, Leo's turn came. He stepped forward and placed his hand on the verification pad. A soft chime confirmed his identity. Then a mechanical voice spoke with smooth clarity. "Welcome. Your department assignment is the Xenobiology Division. You have requested assistance for administrative and observational tasks. The selection program will begin shortly. Please wait." Leo nodded politely and moved to the seating area made for bipeds. He sat down and leaned back, finally able to exhale after the long trip. He imagined getting paired with a basic service drone that could manage filing, sorting, and scheduling. He preferred machines because they were predictable. He did not want to deal with misunderstandings or personality clashes. But the station's new initiative encouraged pairing assistants across species to improve communication and cooperation. Leo hoped he might still qualify for a simple mechanical helper. He closed his eyes for a moment. When he opened them, a soft blue light floated toward him. It was a selection signal indicating that a candidate had been assigned. Leo sat up straighter, curious and ready. The blue light guided him toward another room deeper inside the center. The air in the hallway grew cooler and smelled faintly metallic, a common scent in areas where technology dominated. As he entered the room, he noticed that it was not a small interview chamber, but a large circular hall where potential assistants from different species gathered. There were 7 candidates present. Some were tall and covered in shimmering scales. Some were short with multiple eyes arranged in gentle rows. Others appeared more plant-like, with flowing fronds that moved with their breathing. Among them stood someone who instantly drew Leo's attention. She was a young alien girl with smooth gray skin, bright amber eyes, and a posture that reflected both intelligence and confidence. Her features were gentle, and her movements graceful. She noticed Leo enter and raised her hand in greeting. Leo hesitated, unsure if she was waving at him specifically, but she stepped closer with deliberate steps. When she reached him, she bowed her head in a respectful gesture. "My name is Myra. I am honored to meet you." Leo blinked. He had not even introduced himself yet. He tried not to appear surprised. "I am Leo. I am here for assistant assignment." Myra nodded. "I know. The selection has already been made." Leo frowned slightly. "Already? I thought it would take more time." Myra stood calmly, her amber eyes steady. "For others it may. For me, it did not. I have chosen." "Chosen what?" "You." Leo's mind paused. He had expected a robotic attendant or a random pairing. Instead, an alien girl just informed him that she selected him directly. He cleared his throat, trying to stay polite. I think there may be a misunderstanding. The system assigns the pairing, not the candidates. Mara lifted her hand. A small holographic symbol shimmered above her palm, indicating final selection status. It bore Leo's identification code. The system allowed voluntary selection this cycle. I submitted my choice. You are registered. Leo stared at the glowing symbol. This was real. He pressed a hand over his face for a brief moment. He had wanted something simple, something easy. Now he had a fully sentient alien assistant choosing him for reasons he did not understand. May I ask why? Leo kept his tone steady. Myra stepped back slightly, giving respectful distance before speaking. Your record shows patience, steady work habits, and low conflict tendencies. My species values partners who can provide stable cooperation. Our culture practices shared work bonds. When I read your profile, I felt it aligned with what I seek in a partner for long-term service. Leo raised an eyebrow. Partner. You mean coworker, assistant and technician. Myra shook her head slowly. Partner. Not in the way humans use the word for personal connection. In my culture, a partner is someone with whom one shares duty, purpose, and protection. It is a bond built over time. I selected you because I sensed potential for strong cooperative balance. Leo relaxed a little. Her explanation, although surprising, was not romantic or dramatic. It was cultural. It still left him overwhelmed, but at least it was clearer. I appreciate the explanation. I just did not expect anything like this. Mira gave a gentle smile. Nor did I expect to find someone who matched what I hoped for. Before Leo could respond, a robotic attendant entered and confirmed the newly formed pair. The attendant reviewed their profiles, transferred permissions, and provided instructions for their first assignment. They were directed to the Xenobiology Division's main laboratory to begin orientation. As they walked through the station corridors, Myra observed everything with calm precision, while Leo tried to adjust to his new reality. She walked smoothly, her steps silent. Her amber eyes scanned signs, structures, and passing beings with curiosity. Leo found her presence unexpectedly reassuring. There was something composed and grounded about her. They reached the main laboratory, a large hall filled with glass walls, examination pods, and holographic consoles. Scientists and workers of many species moved around in coordinated patterns. Their supervisor, a figure with translucent skin named Orin, greeted them. You must be Leo. And assistant, Myra. Welcome. We have ongoing projects involving environmental adaptation studies. Your first task is organizing specimen records and preparing monitoring devices. Leo nodded and began working immediately, grateful that the tasks were familiar. Myra stood beside him, observing the tools and system layouts. After a brief study, she began helping at remarkable speed. She understood the workflow quickly and asked well-targeted questions that helped streamline the process. Leo found himself glancing at her now and then with appreciation. Hours passed. They worked efficiently, moving from terminal to terminal. Leo handled calibrations while Mira organized incoming data. She moved with a blend of gentleness and precision. She never rushed. She never hesitated. Her focus was steady. Her presence put Leo at ease. As the shift ended, Leo sat on a bench near the lab entrance. Myra joined him, folding her hands politely. This was productive, she said. Leo nodded. You learned fast. I am impressed. Her amber eyes brightened. That is good. It is important that I support you well. Leo leaned back. I think we will work well together. She studied his expression. Then may I ask you something? Sure. Do you accept the partnership bond in the cultural sense of my people? It does not require you to change your traditions. It simply adds a layer of mutual duty. It is important to me to begin with clarity. Leo thought carefully. He still had concerns, still had uncertainties. But Myra had shown respect, skill, and sincerity. She was not imposing anything personal or emotional. She simply followed her culture's way of forming work bonds. And he respected that. He nodded slowly. Yes, I accept. We will be partners in your cultural sense. Myra bowed her head with visible relief. Thank you. That means much to me. From that day forward, their work took on a deeper harmony. Myra learned human methods, and Leo learned her species' methods. They shared tasks and taught each other skills. Over time, they moved with natural synchrony, almost like two sides of one process. The rest of the division quickly noticed their effectiveness. Orin often praised their balanced teamwork. As weeks passed, Leo realized that Myra had become a steady presence in his life. She anticipated when he needed help without taking control. She listened carefully. She adjusted to his working rhythm. She spoke with clarity and rarely let tension form. Even when problems arose, she reacted calmly. When new challenges came, such as malfunctioning sensors or incomplete specimen logs, they faced them together. Leo handled repairs, while Myra tracked environmental patterns to predict future failures. They grew stronger as a team, and the department's productivity rose noticeably. One day, a major issue struck. A containment barrier malfunctioned in the observation chamber for an aquatic species that required high-pressure conditions. If the pressure dropped further, the organism inside could suffer harm. The chamber began alarming.